With only 10 days to go to file your tax, to invest to save taxes, you're still making last-minute investments to save tax. Today we will tell you about the best instruments to make quick investments. And to make your life simpler in the next financial year, you need to kickstart your tax planning in advance. And to help you in all that, we have with us Karthik Javeri, Director of Transcend Consulting, who's also a certified financial planner. Hi. Thanks, Karthik, for joining us today on the show.
Good evening.
Let's get straight across to our first caller for the day. That's Sandeep Deshmukh, who's on the line from Awarpur, which he tells me is near Nagpur. Let's speak to him. Sandeep, thank you so much for calling us. Tell us, what is your question regarding your tax? Have you, by the way, done all your investment for this year?
Yes, sir. I already invested for this year.
Okay.
Now my query is for the next year.
Right.
Because I have to plan for the saving.
Right.
Now in this year, I have to save for 1.1 lakhs for the tax. Now the pattern is 70,000 for ASC and 30,000 for infrastructure and 10,000 for the pension.
Okay.
But in the next year, what is the new pattern for the saving of 1 lakhs?
What is the new pattern for the saving of 1 lakh? Karthik,
1 lakh.
would you like to explain that to me?
Hi Sandeep. What's going to happen next year is there's going to be a lot of changes. So from the 70,000 and 30,000 that we had in Section 88, we're now going to move into a situation where all this is going to get aggregated into a 1 lakh total investment. So you can invest in a permutation and combination of your choice in the instruments that you like, maximizing the yield that you can possibly earn. But the totality is that you will get only about 1 lakh of deduction from your total income.
Right. Let's get a bit of more details from him. Sandeep, tell us, you've been only investing in NSCs and the infrastructure bonds. That's what you mentioned, right?
Yes, now I'm interested in a pension also and infrastructure and NSC LIC also.
Right. Do you intend to continue investing in these instruments? Or would you like to look at newer instruments? Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear us? Would you like to keep investing in the same instruments or also look at new instruments?
No, I want to invest in the same instrument.
Same instrument. Well, so you've heard Karthik there that your total limit is now 1 lakh. It's not 1 lakh 10,000 anymore. Your pension plan will be part of that 1 lakh. So you can invest 10,000 in your pension plan like you did last time, and the balance 90,000 you'll have to split it between NSC and infrastructure bond in whichever order you want. Is that right?
That's right. You can, on the face of it, do that. But what I would say is that, see, infrastructure bond is now not such an attractive, opportunity for you. One, because it's not, you used to get Section 88 benefit on that. Now you're not going to get your Section 88 benefit.
But it's still part of 80.
It's still a part of 80C. But what happens is that there are alternative possibilities which are going to give you higher yields. So why not consider those
That's
opportunities?
exactly the point I was asking. Are you open to looking at new instruments? He says not, but why don't you tell him some of these instruments?
I would personally suggest don't go for an infrastructure bond. It gives you a return of about 6% or so. NSE still is a better option. However, I would also like you to consider such as, unit-linked pension plans. They have the potentiality to offer good returns. One. The other is your equity-linked savings schemes. See, in the long run, they tend to work out in a very positive manner for you. As long as your time frame is about 5 to 7 years, you'll be comfortable. Volatility won't affect you. You're young, so age is in your favor, etc. You go by the SIP route in an equity-linked savings scheme. If your risk appetite, allows you, you could go all the way up to 100,000 as well. But I would still suggest do about 10-15%
of that as well.
Yeah, 20% into and via the SIP route into ALSS.
Sandeep, that's food for thought for you. Let's get across to our next caller. We are going now to Vadodara, from where we've got Mitesh Shah on the line. Mitesh, welcome to Your Money.
Yes, good evening.
Tell us, Mitesh, what's your question today?
Yeah, I just want to know that what will be the tax implication for an insurance policy taken after 1st of April 2005?
Tax implication, you are talking about the EET,
exactly,
right? The maturity fear that you have, that will that be taxed?
Yeah.
Right. If he buys an insurance plan post 1st April 2005, does he need to worry about the fact that his maturity is actually going to be taxed, considering that the rule is still not in place?
Sure.
It's just an indication the finance minister has given.
Right. Now, Mitesh, the first thing that I want to say is that do not ever plan things from the perspective only of tax. While you need to keep tax considerations into mind and maximize your benefit, don't only go from the consideration of tax. The second question is, do you actually need that insurance? Now, a financial planner who is a certified financial planner can actually tell you whether you need insurance, and if yes, how much insurance do you need? Then of course you look at your policies and things like that. Now coming to the point that you actually raised, will it make a difference or no? See, we are moving towards an EET regime, an exempt tax regime. So, at the stage of contribution you're exempt, at the stage of accumulation you're exempt, and whenever you withdraw you're going to be taxed. whatever will happen prospectively. It won't affect retrospective investments. So as of now, you're pretty okay. There's no hurry. You're not in a.
You don't have to be scared.
You don't have to be
whatever
scared. You don't need to really run across. The finance ministry is put in a committee which is going to investigate into how this EET is going to work. So over a period of time, things will become clear, and maybe then you should make a more informed decision, so to say.
Right, Karthik, let's now head across to Nagpur, from where we've got Kishore Mule on the line. Kishore, welcome to Your Money.
Oh yes, thank you very much, sir.
Yes, tell us what you want to know today.
Yes, sir, I am a lecturer.
Oh, wow.
And my income stands rupees 3 lakh per annum.
Okay.
I wish to know, with the current changes in tax laws, how should I plan my investments between PPF and ELSS?
Between
So that I
PPF and
have
ELSS.
stable
Have you
returns.
invested in ELSS before?
Yes, I am into ELSS.
But that was just up to 10,000, right? That's the tax
It was up to
benefit.
10,000.
Right.
And now I wish to know how should be the ratio between the PPF and the ELSS so that I get stable returns on my income.
And you are 32 years old, if I've got that right.
I am 32, yes.
That's right. Okay, so he's 32, he's a lecturer, he's earning 3.5 lakh. He wants to know between PPF and ELSS, what should really be the mix for him? I think he understands the bit about
Sure.
the 1 lakh consolidated savings bit which you mentioned. Between the two, what should his investment mix really be?
See, Mr. Mule, what you need to do is you need to make a mix of these assets such that they give you the best possible return, one, and second, they at least are going to beat inflation, right? Now, that's an important point. What also happens is when you start planning all this, look at the broader picture in terms of are your other needs first taken care of, such as insurance, such as children's education, retirement planning, etc. Now, once you've done that, a financial planner will be in a position to tell you which is the best way to move forward and which is the best kind of asset allocation that you can have, so that based on your risk appetite, you're able to generate your return. Now, if I may ask you, what level of risk are you actually comfortable with, which is going to, essentially dictate the kind of an asset mix that you're going to have in your portfolio?
Kishore?
Right, sir, since last few years, I am into ELSS, like 3 years.
Okay.
And I've been investing heavily into PPF.
Okay, and have you got decent returns on your ELSS money?
Yes,
that you've
yes, I
invested?
do have good returns on my ELSS schemes.
Right.
Okay. See, now obviously that means that you understand what ELSS is, and you know the benefits. It's one of the best performing schemes, etc. So on the face of it, at least a 20-30% exposure to an ELSS is a good idea, because that much mixed with the remaining in PPF will give you this kind of inflation beating return.
Right, so PPF is in any case limited to 70,000.
Oh, no,
right?
but now you can go higher in PPF also.
I understand the PPF law hasn't been changed. So the PPF law remains 70,000, right?
No, even in your PPF you can go all the way up to
Up to a lakh. That's pretty clear now.
Yes, that's
okay.
pretty clear. Yes.
So what he can really do is put about 30,000 in ELSS, because now he can do that. He doesn't
That's
have
right,
to stay
yes.
restricted to 10,000.
Absolutely.
And the rest he could put in a PPF.
And he should do the SIP route, because then he's not going to be charged any load for actually getting into the ELSS scheme, which can be actually detrimental on returns.
Right. Well, we slip into a break now, but Karthik will stay on to answer your queries, so don't go away. Across now to Chandarpur, from where Vijay Kane is on the line. Vijay, welcome to Your Money.
Good evening, sir, both of you.
Right, have you done your planning for this year? Have you invested everything that you wanted to save tax?
Yeah, I have already completed it.
Completed it? Good,
Yeah.
you're well in time. Now, for the next year, what's the concern?
My query is related to considering my total earning around 3 lakhs per annum for the year 0506.
Okay.
In that, suppose I will save to 1 lakh.
Right.
So how much will be my approximate balance tax, which still I have to pay as per new structure?
Okay.
And is there anything new way where I can save my balance tax as per the new tax structure?
So are you clear about the fact that the 1 lakh is now consolidated saving which gets exempt from your income? Are you aware of that?
Yeah, I am aware of it.
So you are factoring that you've invested all of that 1 lakh?
Yeah. Considering that, I will invest total 1 lakh, and how much it will be the balance tax for me?
Okay.
And is there anything more where I can further invest and save my balance tax?
Karthik, very quickly, what's the way out from?
Okay, if your income is about 3 lakhs, you're looking at a tax liability of about 40,800 rupees. Now the thing is, given that you're going to invest your 1 lakh into this Section 80C, what's going to happen is your tax liability is going to fall down to 15,300, which means there's a straight saving of 25,500 rupees. So that's straight away to answer your question. Of course, now the next is the matter of your choice of investment instruments.
Right. Karthik, we're going to have to end this. We just run out of time. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Pleasure.
On Your Money. That's all we have time for in today's show. Tomorrow, we will discuss child insurance plans. Do send in your queries and keep watching Your Money, your ultimate guide to savings and investments. Thank you for watching. नमस्कार, स्वागत है आपका पर्सनल फाइनेंस पर हमारे कार्यक्रम कैसे कमाएं कैसे बचाएं में। हमारा खास प्रोग्राम जो आपकी मदद करता है ज्यादा से ज्यादा मुनाफा कमाने में। मैं हूं विवेक लो। कैसे बचाएं में आज ट्रांसेंड कंसल्टिंग प्राइवेट लिमिटेड के डायरेक्टर कार्तिक जावेरी हमारे साथ हैं और ये आपको बताएंगे कैसे मिल सकता है 1 लाख रुपए के निवेश पर आपको ज्यादा रिटर्न। कार्तिक, स्वागत है आपका। अब जब ये एक नियम हो गया है इस साल से कि आप 1 लाख तक का डिडक्शन कर सकते हैं टैक्स लेने के लिए अपनी इनकम से, और ये जो 1 लाख है आप कहीं भी निवेश कर सकते हैं इसको, आपकी मर्जी। ये नहीं कि गवर्नमेंट जिस तरह से पहले कहती थी कि इसमें केवल 10,000, इसमें केवल 15,000, इसमें केवल 20,000, अब वो नहीं रहा। आप 1 लाख तक की जो आपकी छूट है, जो डिडक्शन है, वो आप कहीं भी कर सकते हैं निवेश।
बिल्कुल,
तो इस पर हम अब आज का सिलसिला हमारा है। सबसे पहले हमारे साथ है चिराग कारिया। आइए इनसे बात करें, इनका क्या सवाल है। चिराग, पूछिए, क्या जानना चाहेंगे आज आप?
My question is this way, for getting the maximum benefit out of that 1 lakh, right? If I put say 40,000 rupees out of that 1 lakh into say ELSS, right, equity linked saving schemes, and 40,000, suppose if I take it that principal of that housing loan, and if I put say 20,000 into insurance, then is it a better way, or some, if you can suggest some better way to earn better returns out of that 1 lakh rupees?
और आपकी उम्र क्या है चिराग?
I am 25 years old.
25 साल के। अब आप काम करते हैं?
Yeah, I work as an insurance consultant.
25 साल के हैं, काम कर रहे हैं कहीं पे, और ये इन्होंने अपना ब्रेकअप आपको बताया।
जी।
तो ये क्या आप इस ब्रेकअप से सहमत है कि कुछ और इनको एडवाइस देना चाहें?
चिराग, सबसे पहली बात यह है कि आपको अगर मैक्सिमम रिटर्न चाहिए तो उसके साथ एक और चीज ऑटोमेटिकली जुड़ जाती है, वो है मैक्सिमम रिस्क। और जो रिस्क जुड़ता है उसके लिए आपको थोड़ा सा समय देना होगा। आपको रिटर्न मिल सकता है, आप अपनी टैक्स की रियायत भी ले सकते हैं, मगर उसके साथ आपको लंबे अरसे तक इन्वेस्टेड रहना पड़ेगा। सबसे पहली बात ये। दूसरी बात यह है कि आप ELSS में बिल्कुल निवेश कर सकते हो। आप आप यंग हो, आपके पास अभी ज्यादा जिम्मेदारियां नहीं है, और आपकी शादी भी नहीं हुई होगी लगभग, राइट? सो आप ये कर सकते हैं कि यू कैन गो फॉर 40,000 रुपीज ELSS स्कीम। देन इंस्टेड ऑफ PPF और इंश्योरेंस, मैं ये कहूंगा कि आप एक पेंशन प्लान होता है, स्पेसिफाइड पेंशन प्लान जिसे कहते हैं, सेक्शन 1023D के अंतर्गत। ये स्पेसिफाइड पेंशन प्लान PPF से बेहतर रिटर्न दे सकता है, और आपको टैक्स में भी सेम रियायत मिल सकती है। तो
ये पेंशन प्लान कहाँ मिलते हैं, किनके होते हैं?
ये पेंशन प्लान म्यूचुअल फंड्स लॉन्च करते हैं, जैसे टेम्पल्टन है, UTI है, इनके हम ये म्यूचुअल
बाकी जो म्यूचुअल फंड्स हैं उनसे कैसे अलग होते हैं?
ये म्यूचुअल फंड्स एक स्पेसिफाइड फंड होता है जिसमें कि आप अपना पेंशन के लिए ओरिएंटेड होता है, और इसमें हम पेंशन के लिए अपना पैसा निवेश कर सकते हैं। और ये पुराने सेक्शन 88 के वही 70,000 के भी अंतर्गत था पहले। तो ये पॉसिबिलिटी भी है आज हमारे पास कि हम वहां जा सकते हैं, वहां पे 1 लाख तक भी निवेश कर सकते हैं। और क्योंकि हमें PPF या इंश्योरेंस करना है और इंश्योरेंस की अभी जिम्मेदारियां नहीं है, तो जरूरत कम है, तो ये भी हो सकता है कि ये ऑल्टरनेटिव इन्वेस्टमेंट शायद उनको और भी बेहतर होगा।
जी, धन्यवाद इसके लिए। और अब देखते हैं मुंबई के सुरेश फेरिया के पास क्या सवाल है।
मेरा नाम सुरेश फरिया है, मैं एक बिजनेसमैन हूँ। मैं 1 लाख जो गवर्नमेंट ने टैक्स बेनिफिट के लिए फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर ने डिक्लेयर किया है, 1 लाख रुपए तक इन्वेस्ट करके टैक्स बेनिफिट ले सकते हैं, वो मैं कहाँ इन्वेस्ट करूँ, वो मेरा सवाल है।
ये 35 साल के हैं, व्यापारी है, तो इनका जो पोर्टफोलियो होगा ये 1 लाख का, ये क्या करेंगे?
अब इनके लिए वो सभी वो इंस्ट्रूमेंट में इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं जहां पे